Hello. Confirming with the technicals, RMPO is the live stream ready? Can we share the parliamentary system? The Chair of the Assembly calls this session of the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly to order at 10:26 a.m. GMT plus 8 Kuala Lumpur time. Delegates, please be seated and be prepared. We will now proceed with a roll call to establish quorum. The Chair of the Assembly now invites the Regional Secretary to conduct the roll call and confirm if the quorum has been established. I am passing the floor to the Regional Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I will be starting with the full member organization. Please raise your hand once your organization has been called. IPSF India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, FOP Nepal delegated their vote to ISMA Farsi Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPSA Malaysia, and ZAPSO New Zealand, FJCPHA Philippines, NAPSA Australia delegated their vote to NZAPSO New Zealand, FJCPHA Philippines, KNAPS Republic of Korea, Newsboost Singapore, and PISA Thailand. Moving on with our members and associations, please raise your hand once your organization is called. MAPS India, BEM FFUE Indonesia, BEM FF UNIR Indonesia, BEM FUSD Indonesia, BEM Kemafar Unpad Indonesia, BEM Kemafa UGM Indonesia, HMFAP ETB Indonesia, UOP MSU Myanmar, APSA New Zealand, JPPHAPI Philippines, UFA Philippines, and PSA Taiwan. Strength of the House is 11, simple majority 6, 2/3 7, full members 11, and members in associations 12. Quorum has been established, the Assembly is duly constituted and may proceed with its business. I am now passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for the roll call, Regional Secretary. We're now opening the Assembly. Can we have a proposer and a seconder? Wait. Can we have a proposer and a seconder to resume the standing orders? Proposed by FJCPPHA Philippines, seconded by IPJSF India. We're now voting for this. All those for? All those against? Motion carried. We are now opening the Assembly. Standing orders has been resumed. Let us proceed with the next motion. Motion 11 reads, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly, accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Projects Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. We have Mr. Jose, the RPO of this mandate, to present his annual report for 7 minutes. Jose, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. So, dear beloved CPs, for the past few months, you have received these very words from me in your emails. The endless requests and love letters from me, I hope that each of it really found you in your best. The 2024 and 25 mandate was a rough road. We have tried to revive the fire in APRO projects while also improving what we had during the 2023 and 24 mandate. In this mandate, we had a total of 6 competition, 4 webinars, 8 workshops, 2 published and 2 recorded podcasts, 5 digital campaigns, and even the first 2 collaborative online projects, which are the HIV/AIDS card game and also the hand-in-hand projects. We had a lot of fun trying a lot of new things, including the virtual escape room, online OSCE clinical skills competitions, and our lovely handmade card game. Hopefully, All of our trials will be able to benchmark not only for the next mandate but for everyone in conducting for your own initiatives. I would like to express my gratitude to the MOs participating in the hand-in-hand project yesterday, as I haven't been able to properly thank you. The preparation was quite hectic, yet all of you still thrive, as everything went especially well. I hope that you had a great experience and your projects could be used again someday or used as a benchmark for upcoming projects. For my RWGs, my chairperson Moises, Secretary Christiani, RMP Orion, RRO Evelyn, and APPS chairperson Sinyan, and IPC Manchuri, the mandate was hard but not as hard as expected because you guys were there. Our euphoria back in October and the restless night near GPP Ed and APPS are truly indispensable. I wish you all the best of luck for your studies and also your work. I wish we could sneak more away a few nights away without worrying about IPSF and have a little fun of our own. For the best team I could ever ask, my phenomenal sub-coordinator Chelsea, the PD sub-coordinator, currently in her community service, Ava, the pharmacy education sub-coordinator, who is currently preparing for her thesis defense, and Rani, the public health sub-coordinator, who is currently preparing for her final bachelor exams. I really wish the three of them are here just to show you guys that these are the marvelous leaders behind the projects. And to all my subcommittees, Julian from Singapore, Cherin and Gyongmin from Korea, Pao Yi from Malaysia, Ama from Taiwan, Mei Mei, the current CP of PSET Thailand, Vea, the current CP of UFA Philippines, and then Sarah and Alex from Philippines, and then Kritika from India, Reza and Aisha from UGM, Vanessa and Nana from UNAIR, Karis and Arif from UI, and Bibi from UNPAT. I sincerely wish that I could help you shine as your brightest self. Although I would like to continue to be your mentor, both in pharmacy and IPSF, I know that it's time for each of them to spread their own wings and go out to the world. I will be praying for them, looking from afar, and I hope that there comes a day when we could sit together, not as a student, but as an esteemed professional, and sharing our gift that we have given to the world. I can't, and I will always look for a better word than I love them to describe my adoration with them. I would like to thank all of the MOs for your supports and for your support to our dedication in projects. It is refreshing to see your member organization name pop up in the registration form. Although we work hard, we know that it is not perfect. We truly appreciate your patience and compassion to grow with us. I truly hope that we were able to properly tell you the festivities and inspiring things we have in IPSF APRO. Hopefully, you will be able to relate and improve it with the next generation so we could continue our legacy. As I always say, remarks to keep being your best, your hopefully favorite RPO.
Thank you, Hosea. We are now opening the floor for discussion. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSAT Thailand. PSAT Thailand, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Mei from PSAT. First, congratulations on your mandate, Jose. It's been almost a year since I worked with you as your subcommittee. Thank you for your hard work to make us our best RPO, providing us these opportunities to explore the work in the three pillars of IPSF and connecting us together. However, I would like to ask on behalf of PSAT Thailand, according to the demographics of competition participants in this mandate, most of them are from only one country. So I wonder that what you suggest to your successor regarding the incentives of the competition to help involve more diverse people in the competition. Thank you.
Thank you, PSAT Thailand. Jose?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the question, Mei Mei. So yeah, I've noticed that for the competitions, we only usually have Indonesians and Malaysians for the competition. So moving on to the next mandate, I would like to suggest the next RPO to continue liaise with the CPs and asking, so what kind of competition do all of the MOs will prefer, because we have a lot of competitions like the paper-based exam style, or do they want the more fun approach of the competitions, because I think for the public health competition, which is the illustrations book competition, we had a more variety of submissions compared to the professional exam style competitions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSA Taiwan. PSA Taiwan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Laura from PSA Taiwan speaking. As facilitator of the HIV collaborative project, I would like to express my heartfelt gratification to you and your team for assisting PSA Taiwan. The feedback in Taiwan has been incredibly positive. Students loved it, and we're honored to participate in this project. Thank you again for your dedication, and congratulations on your successful mandate. I have no questions. I will pass the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, PSA Taiwan. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSAT Thailand. PSAT Thailand, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Leah from PISA Thailand. First of all, congratulations on your successful mandate, and thank you for your hard work and dedication throughout your term. Since the beginning of your mandate, we have seen a significant diversification of activity. I would like to ask that if you could share the statistic on participant engagement, specifically which kind of activity attract the high number or low number of participant in activity. Additionally, how do you envision the future strategy on the regional project portfolio to be more inclusive and better reach of a broader range of participants? Thank you. And pass the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, PSAT Thailand. Jose?
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. And thank you, Leah, for the question. So, looking back on the number of participants of our projects, I could say we encounter a low number of participants during our second quarter, which is the NTD panel discussions and also research methodologies workshops and also industrial skills event. And if I would suggest the next RPO, I would like to suggest that, and looking back, reflecting on my mandate, I found out that we have a lot more participants when we actively engage MOs such as the HIV collaborative projects and also the hand-in-hand projects, because through there were a lot of MOs that were more interested to join us. So I would like to suggest the next RPO to conduct more collaborative projects like the HIV collaborative projects and also the hand-in-hand projects. I think the PE education, the pharmacy education department has drafted a lot of research booklets. Maybe they can work from there, providing collaborative research projects with the MOs. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Next, we have a new comment from a delegate from BMFF UI, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I am Yuri from BMFF UI Indonesia. Hi, Kak Jose. Thank you so much for all your hard work throughout this whole mandate. We can really see how much you put into your projects, as it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. The regional projects truly felt alive this year, full of activities and a lot of creative ideas. We, BMF UI, feel super lucky to have been able to join a majority of them. And then I would also like to ask if there are any events that you would reconsider for the next RPO not to continue or maybe reevaluate, and which one do you believe is the most sustainable or has the most potential to become a long-term or like passed down APRO project in the future? Thank you. Thank you again for the inspiring term. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. Jose?
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Uriel, for the question. So if I were to reflect on what kind of projects that the next RPO should deprioritize, I think it will be more on the pharmacy education side, especially for the literature review and the research methodologies. I would like to suggest the next RPO to firstly evaluate the MOs, whether the MOs interest on those research projects, because we really encounter a lot of challenge to have participants for those projects. And in terms of sustainable projects, I think the most sustainable projects are the professional development competitions and also workshops. I believe that some MOs, since this year we opened workshops only registrations, and we've encountered a lot of people that only wants to join the workshop but not the competition. So I think moving on, I will recommend the next RPO to focus on the PD workshops and involving all the MOs to join the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. We have a new comment from a delegate from IPSA Malaysia. IPSA Malaysia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Yoan from IPSA Malaysia. And I would like to say congratulations, Hosea, on a very successful mandate. And I can say from IPS in Malaysia, we have a ton of students that joined your project and they totally loved it. And some have successfully won those competitions. And my question to you would be, as in Ryan's annual report presentation in the last RA, she mentioned that there were delays in getting the participant's name from RPO, which made the issuance of certificate quite delayed. So I would like to ask, what caused the delay and how did you overcome this challenge? Thank you. I'll pass back the floor to Chair.
Thank you, my PSA Malaysia. Hosea?
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Ern, for the question. So we were trying to implement the system that participants need to fill the feedback form in order to qualify as a certificate. And this system was done because we cannot guarantee that all of the registrations do indeed join the events. And doing a list from the Zoom attendees is really chaotic for us because most of the participants do not use their MOs and their full names in the Zoom meeting. So we were unable to identify, and that was the reason that for the IPSF, the AMR forum, which is the interprofessional AMR forum, I had to contact the CPs for identification. So that was the main challenge for us in issuing certificates because not every participants really fill the feedback form right after the event has concluded. So there was a gap of time between the distributions of the feedback form and the completion of the feedback form. And by the time it was completed, the PD team has already busy enough with the next competition. So that is why we were only able to completely finish all the certificates by the end of our clinical events, which is on June. So at that time, we finally finished all of the RMPO proposal for the certificates and sent the proposal to Ryan. And as per now, we are still finalizing the calculation for the compounding event and also clinical skill events. So hopefully we will able to finalize and send the proposal by the end of the July. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. We have a new comment from a delegate from UVA Philippines.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I am Vejiro Pospolo of UFA Philippines. Dear Jose, I would like to congratulate you on your report and for this successful mandate. As a member of your subcommittee, I would like to share that Jose has been very understanding and has been very hands-on. Your contributions have truly shaped our projects throughout this mandate and have also taught me so much along the way. Your efforts are all very much appreciated, and we are proud of what you and our subcommittee have achieved this year. Once again, congratulations. I have no questions. Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, delegate from UVA Philippines. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from BMFF Unair Indonesia. BMFF Unair Indonesia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Karin, the CP of MFF Union Indonesia. First of all, congratulations, Ka Hosea, on your successful mandate. The number of high-quality and impactful projects you have initiated truly left a mark. It's been one of the most iconic and memorable experiences of my journey as the CP this year to share your event. I'm genuinely amazed by how well you have managed and execute everything with such a dedication. As both of the crucial projects that are managed by the RPO, I would like to ask, I noticed there is a postponed timeline of the interprofessional collaboration and also the HIV/AIDS game card. Would you mind to sharing with us the reason behind this matter? Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Jose.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Corinne, for the question. So the first project was delayed was the Interprofessional AMR Forum. We have established connection with IVSA and also IFMSAs in December, but we had our first meeting in January. And then IFSA proposed that we should extend our collaboration with IAAS. So we had to wait for their positive response, which is around February. So we had a new team in February, and we decided that it will be better for us, for the whole team, that we could have more slow preparations. That is why we finally decided that we should have the forum on April instead of rushing things. And for the HIV/AIDS card game, the card game description is finished at around January, and I have submitted and I've collaborated with Ryan that I've asked Ryan that could I get just one specific subcommittee just to make sure that the card game style won't clash. And I've sent the details of the design proposal to the subcommittee, and the delay was caused because the design was not yet finished until April. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. FJCPPHA Philippines, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I am Rihanna Sison from FJCPPHA Philippines. So on behalf of FJCPPHA Philippines, we would like to extend our sincerest gratitude and congratulations to the RPO and his team, Mr. Hisea, for all of the projects that serve as an opportunity for the Filipino pharmacy students to exhibit their skills in PH, PD, and PE. And I really appreciate that you were able to answer every question I had despite having lots of them. And the RPO committee has also pioneered new projects which we think are significantly productive for this mandate. As someone who gives significant importance to good documentation practices, despite some delays, we really commend your drive to complete the certificates for the projects in collaboration with the RMPO, as it is very important for our members to collate the certificates as part of their submission to awards for graduation. And no more questions for me. And once again, thank you very much and to all of your team's efforts. Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from NSAPSO New Zealand. NSAPSO New Zealand, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I am Naomi Knox from NSAPSO New Zealand. Firstly, congratulations on your successful mandate. You have done so many projects and you have been so involved. And I remember from your nomination, you had so many ideas and so much passion, and it's really good to see that it's really come to fruition and you've had so much success. Now for my question, you distributed post-workshop questionnaires after each of your events, such as the literature review workshop. How has this initiative guided your work, and how have you been able to use the suggestions and feedback to improve projects? Thank you.
Thank you. Hosea?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Naomi, for the question. So in using the feedback form, we try to using a standardized feedback form asking about the promotions and the timeline and also the completability. So it was done to a scale-based 1 to 5 scale-based question. So we made an average on and the minimum of the number. So moving on to the next mandate, the next RPO could really assess which is the most problematic aspect of the project. Is it the difficulty level, or is it the timeline, or is it the project promotion? Thank you.
Thank you, Hosea. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from IPGASF India. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. My name is Abhishek Chen from IPGSF India. First of all, I would like to thank Jose for a very successful mandate, and I would like to congratulate you for your report. I started my journey with IPSF APRO under your RPO subcommittee, and you have guided me throughout the mandate, and you have helped our MO a lot in participating in IPSF APRO events. Despite some delays, I would like to thank you for all your efforts and help. My question is already addressed, so I have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from HMF APRO, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Aulia from HMF APRO. Dear Scott Hosea, I would like to congratulate you on your mandate. We have really enjoyed your innovative, unique, and impactful projects. On behalf of Rani and Eva, who you have taken under your wing to execute your project, we thank you. HIMF really got the opportunity to enhance our academic achievements on an international scope. And personally, working with you for the HIV/AIDS campaign, I truly see your resilience. With that being said, I would like to ask a question. Perhaps for your successor, what is one strategy that they should consider when trying to overcome challenges faced regarding carrying out projects via online platforms to reach a wider audience, especially for MOs who have members throughout the country? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. Hosea?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Alia, for the question. So moving on, I would like to recommend the next RPO to be patient and also always provide buffer times, because what I did in this mandate, we did a lot, but I did not have a lot of buffer time, so I wasn't able to properly connect with the CPs and to connect all the struggles and also the obstacles that you are currently experiencing to invite members. Thank you.
Thank you, Hosea. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from KNUP's Republic of Korea. KNAPS Republic of Korea, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I am Herinzon, contact person of KNAPS. First of all, thank you so much for all your hard work in organizing and preparing so many events. I know it must have taken a lot of time and effort. I've also been doing my best to encourage more KNAPS participation in those events. On that note, would it be possible to create and maintain a list of IPSF APRO event participants and winners similar to the record sheets that CPs can access whenever needed? We're hoping to increase participation in IPSF APRO events within KNAPS, and as a CP, I believe it would be helpful to know exactly who from KNAPS has participated in these events. This kind of data would allow me to better understand how I can further encourage them to participate and also assist them if needed. Thank you, and I am passing the floor back to the chair. Thank you.
We have a clarification.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. So thank you, Herin. I will just like to clarify, is your question about is there a possibility for a public access about the live registrations update, right?
KNAPS Republic of Korea.
Correct. However, it may not have to be live, but after the registration is closed, I would like to know how many people have participated, and also after the winners are announced, I would like to be shared also within the same form to know who has won within KNAPS. Thank you.
Thank you, KNAPS Republic of Korea. Hosea?
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. So I think that will be a great idea for the next mandate because we also need to collect the amount of participants for the annual report, and it will be better. It will help the RPO to streamline the analysis about the participants. So I will be passing this recommendation to the next RPO. Thank you.
Thank you, Hosea. Now we have a new comment from the immediate past chairperson. Was it a technical? Confirming if the immediate past chairperson submitted her speaker code. Okay.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. This is Manshri, the immediate past chairperson of IPSF APRO. I just would like to say that seeing you standing there in a place that I stood 2 years ago is such a proud moment. It's because I didn't think that the position would stay with me forever, and the most important part of work is to pass it on to someone else and make it stay and sustain and also consistent. And thank you so much for making it even better than I did 2 years ago. I'm thankful for your patience and also your kindness and also your willingness to learn. And today I've seen the tokens from all the people who have been working under your RPO subcommittee. So thank you so much for growing way further than I could have 2 years ago. But now it's time for you to really, take some rest, and I wish you have a good life afterward with another 3 months of work. Thank you.
Thank you, immediate past chairperson. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from Isma Farsi, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I am Hisham from ISMA Farsi Indonesia. I just want to say congrats on your successful mandate, Kak Jose. And I also like to express my gratitude because you, Kak Jose, accepted our invitation to be a speaker at one of the events from an ISMA Farsi member where you gave an in-depth introduction to IPSF. And additionally, during your mandate, you were always helpful to ISMA Farsi personally when we had many questions about projects under the RPO. Thank you so much for that. I do not have a question. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Isma Farsi, Indonesia. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from UPA, Philippines.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I am Kaizen from UFA Philippines. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you for a very successful mandate. You have implemented a lot of projects that are aligned with the skills and passions of the students from UFA Philippines. I would like to comment that there were some instances where email threads for team competitions or workshops did not include all the participants, resulting in some participants to rely on their teammates for further information. So in line with this, I would just like to ask what caused this issue and what are your plans to resolve this to ensure that all participants of APRO projects get properly informed about the projects they registered in. Thank you very much, and I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, UPA Philippines. Hosea.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the question. So I will say the reasons behind the technical issue is really technical because in collecting the response of the Google form, the email address of the team members is aligned horizontally. So whenever I copy paste it to the Gmail trait, it doesn't recognize as a different email. So it results with the other team members' email is recognized as a wrong email. So only the team leader's email that was included. So moving on to the next mandate, maybe the RPO could adhere to one specific guidelines, whether it will be just a team representative emails to make it easier, or to make it as an individual registrations only if possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Hosea. Do we still have any incoming comments? I see none. We are now closing the floor for discussion, and we are going to proceed with the voting. All full members, please raise your voting cards if you are for this motion. All those against? All those abstaining? Motion reads, Motion 11, this the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Projects Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly, IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, Hosea. The motion has been carried unanimously. You may address the assembly.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for everyone for accepting my reports. I truly regret that I wasn't really able to connect with all of you heart to heart. So please, moving on to the next mandate, when during the RPO election, I would like to ask you guys if you have any more struggles that you want to address with the next RPO so that they could address it. Please do so. Thank you so much for the support, everyone.
Thank you so much, Hosea. Next motion, please. Motion 12. This, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the chairperson of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2025. We have the chairperson of APPS 2025 to report on the Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium for 2025. You have 7 minutes for your annual report. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Apologies. Okay, so this is Xing Yan serving as the chairperson of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium, APPS 2025. It is truly a privilege to stand before you today and present the annual report of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium to the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. I honestly can't believe how far we have come. It feels like it's just yesterday I was sitting behind a screen, nervously presenting our bid virtually at last year's Regional Assembly. I have never imagined myself in these positions. It is so far from me. Back then, APPS 2025 was just a dream, an idea we hoped would one day come to life. And now, standing here with all of you, that dreams have finally come to a reality. From a single online presentation to witnessing hundreds of delegates arrive in Kuala Lumpur, the transformations has been incredible. It's surreal, humbling, and incredibly rewarding to see how far we have come, not just as an event, but as a region, as a team, and as family. This year marked a truly significant milestone for us. APPS returned to Malaysia after an entire decade since the last APPS in Malaysia in 2014. We have the honor of welcoming the students and the professionals from across the Asia-Pacific region back to our home country. From the start, our team took on the responsibility not just to organize a symposium, but to revive a legacy that celebrates knowledge, culture, and community. This year's theme, From Beyond Bridging Cultures, Inspiring Futures, was more than just a slogan. It represented our commitment to move beyond the boundaries and also reflect our desire to create an event where participants could engage in a transformative learning experiences, foster cross-cultural understanding, and build a kind of connection that go beyond the borders and beyond the classroom. I'm especially proud to share that through 3 registration phases, from December to March 2025, we successfully welcomed 275 participants to APPS 2025. Despite some natural drop-off along the way, this number not only reflects the strong interest and enthusiasm from students across the region, but also make this as one of the largest delegations in recent years of APPS. To be honest, I've never imagined we would reach such a number. When we first began the planning, our team was hopeful but realistic about the scale of participation we could expect. The fact that we exceeded our expectation is a testament to the trust and excitement to the community have placed in us. It's been incredible heartwarming to see so many of you believe in the visions of APPS 2025 and choose to be part of it. The energy each of you brought to this event is what made it so special, and I could not be more grateful. To see participants from so many different countries come together under one roof, exchanging ideas, stories, and smile, it's reminded us exactly why we do this. APPS 2025 wasn't just a return, it was a renewal of spirit, a celebration of our shared identity as future pharmacists, and a bold step forward in shaping the future of healthcare in our region. Behind the scene, none of this would have been possible without the unwavering commitment and dedication of our reception committees, a total of 74 members spread across 11 departments led by the 7 high committees, come together from different universities, backgrounds, and places, united by a shared passion to make APPS 2025 a reality. Their energy, creativity, and hard work were the heartbeats of this symposium. Throughout the planning process, we have constantly strived to introduce new competition and fresh elements not seen in the previous edition of APPS, all with one goal in mind: to give you an experience that was not only impactful, but truly unforgettable. On a personal note, I can say that this journey has been one of the most difficult in my life. Stepping into the role as a chairperson was already a hard responsibility, but balancing that alongside with my academics, completing my final year projects, and preparing for my final exams have led me to have a pressure that I have never encountered before. You may notice my absence on certain days of the event, and that's because I have to travel back to attend for my examination. As we come to the close of this incredible journey, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to all the contact person and also the member organization for your unwavering support and actively promoting APPS 2025. Your encouragement, trust, and effort you have put into bringing such a large and enthusiastic delegations to Malaysia have truly meant the world to me, far beyond what I ever expected. Over the past month, I have reached out to many of you, often late at night, to confirm the details and also coordinate the arrangement for your delegates. I hope I did not cause too much trouble with all the messages. It brings me so much joy to finally meet you all in person after all conversations online. I would also like to extend my heartfelt appreciations to my fellow RWGs for their constant support throughout the preparations for APPS, and a special thank to Moises, who have been constantly assisting me behind the scene, and also to Hosea, who has been with me every step all the way with the PD team, and also from helping us to draft the questions to joining every single pre-event rehearsal. And also I would like to thank Manj, who have not only supported me but also encouraged me and motivated me to take on the challenge of hosting APPS this year. Finally, to my incredible reception committee and to every single person who believed in me and in the visions behind APPS 2025, thank you. This experience would not have been possible without your belief, your commitment, and your heart. Thank you for trusting me with this responsibility. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Xinyan. Now we are opening the floor for any discussions. Just a note that the APPS report is different from the financial report, so keep the conversation and the discussion under the APPS report. We have a new comment from a delegate from Ensapso, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Nux from Ensapso, New Zealand. First of all, congratulations on such a successful event. It is crazy to hear that People Reception Committee and you as well is going back to do your exams while you are so busy organizing and hosting us. And I'm sure I can speak for all of us when I say that this has been a beautiful APPS so far. You've chosen beautiful locations, and yesterday was so much fun. So a huge congratulations and a huge thank you on behalf of INZEPSO. Now for my question. In your future considerations, you mentioned expanding outreach to more participants from a variety of countries. How would you recommend for the incoming APPS reception committee from BMF UNER to improve this for next year? Thank you.
Thank you, INZEPSO New Zealand. Shinyan?
Thank you, Chair. So regarding your question on extending more outreach to different countries, so actually before we started to host APP, we also want to try to actually accommodate the dates that we can, like to accommodate more countries that can come. But unfortunately, after we have releasing the survey, it is still very various, I can say. The result is so different that we couldn't like fix to a date. So I would say that maybe for next year, APPS team, they can still try to release a survey beforehand and then try to maybe discuss with that certain MO. For example, I think this year, like Australia and also Japan, they are not able to sending much delegates. So maybe can try to discuss with them if like which exact that maybe they cannot come. So we would, so that they can try to accommodate with their dates as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Shinyan. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from BMFF UNER Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I'm Karen from BMFF Indonesia. First of all, congratulations, Shinyan. Thank you so much for all of your incredible effort in answering countless questions, confirming details, and handling so many requests and leading all of your RCs. You have done an amazing job, and so have your RCs. Truly well done. So my question is, from your experiences, what do you think the most important key qualities or focus area that an APPS chairperson must have to ensure a well-run and impactful event? Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Shinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So in my own personal opinion, so I would say that as a chairperson, you will need to have a very strong mental health to actually to lead the team, because there will be issues that might be arise from your receptions committee as well, and that's where you have to solve them. And also you will have to be mentally ready to be attending a lot of rehearsals and also events until late night, and also handling multiple questions from the CP. So I think most importantly is strong mental support. Yeah, and also another thing is you need to be very careful, I would say, in terms of like looking into the details, because if I miss something, like the team won't notice it, and then that's will cause your event to be maybe not that perfect. So like it's very important to be very careful in terms of very small details. Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Thank you, Shinyan. Before we proceed with a new comment, just would like to remind the Assembly, since we are tight on schedule, I would like to ask the Assembly to keep expressions of gratitude as concise as possible. If someone has already thanked the speaker, you may simply raise your emotion cards, the yes, to show your agreement with the discussion. Thank you. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I'm Alex from FJCPPHA Philippines. First of all, thank you, Sinian, for being hands-on with the APPS 2025, for doing your best to organize and give us the best APPS experience for this year. I saw your dedication during your IPSF visit in the Philippines, which I think helped in promoting the APPS in our organization. My question is, what was your reason why most of the event were in a different venue instead of the same place where most of the participants are staying, which I find a little inconvenient as one of the participants?
Thank you, FJCPPHA Philippines. Sinyan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So regarding on the venue for the event, initially we wanted to plan everything in a hotel that the current delegates are staying. But the thing is, the spaces in the hotel is very limited. And as you can see in the welcoming night, the technical system there is very, very bad. And they do not have their technician is not so pro in doing all this. So luckily we are not doing a day. But the thing is, the venue there, I have gone to a site visit beforehand, but the venue is very small, and then we cannot accommodate to having workshops, competition, and RA at the same time. And the hall that you guys went for while coming out, and that's the biggest hall. Even if we break into 4 partitions to conduct 4 things simultaneously, but it will have issues for like the arrangement of the tables, and also we would not know whether the PA system will be like the sounds will be transferred to the other rooms, which might cause disturbance to the other activities that are ongoing. So that's why we find another venue, and also I think it's already the nearest venue that we can find to accommodate the participants from commute to here.
Thank you, Xingyan. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from PSA Taiwan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is PSA Taiwan, Jing speaking. Congratulations, Xingyan, on successful hosting for the largest APPS to date. I'd also like to express my gratification, but according to Chair, we have to concise it. But anyway, I have one question here. What advice would you give to those who wish to host an international congress or symposium in the future? And thank you once again.
Thank you, PSA Taiwan. Xingyan.
Thank you, Chair. So my advice would be to have a receptions, like to have your team beforehand, because during my time when we are about to bidding, it's a little bit of last minute because we just prepared it like maybe within 1 month before the bidding, so we do not have the time to find like reception committees that time, and that time is just me and my 2 vice chairpersons. So we do not have the time to actually practically to go to a visits, like site visits first before we plan everything. So I think it will be important that you can have like a team first, at least at least to have like the head of each department to actually go to visit everything and also plan everything first before you really want to host this, because you wouldn't know whether it will be feasible, because during the time when we already bid and we win the bidding, and then we think that it will be a big issue for us to find actually a venue, because in Malaysia it will be hard for us to conduct the event in university, because during the time is still in studies for many universities, so we cannot use their venue and also their accommodation. So I think it will be practically to just go and also to like simply plan a brief idea or the concept how you want to host for the event first, so that you will know whether it will be feasible for you to host this event.
Thank you, Xingyan. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from BEM FFUI Indonesia. BEM FFUI Indonesia, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Uriel from BMFUI. Hi, Xingyan. Congratulations on successfully holding APPS, and I'm sending you the same appreciation as the others. Though I would like to ask, aside from the number of participants, what do you think made this APPS stand out, or that you are proud of this year? Thank you once again. Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you, BEM FFUI Indonesia. Xingyan.
Thank you, Chair. So I would say that actually not just on my POV, not on my personal opinion, it's also from my reception committee. We can clearly see that even the speakers, we can see that this year participants are really active in terms of their either joining in the competitions or as well as like in like actively involved in a Q&A session, which I think that it is something that I'm really happy to see, because even if we have a large number of delegation, but if the delegates are not that active, it might still sounds like not so excited. And also I think for this year we have tried to implement a lot of Malaysian things, like for example like tours and also like the workshops. We have tried to incorporate a lot of Malaysian elements into this kind of in terms of decoration as well, and also the planning and the content. So I'm also really proud for my reception committees.
Thank you, Xingyan. Now we have a new comment from IPSA Malaysia. IPSA Malaysia, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much, Chair. Hua Jun here, IPSA Malaysia. All right, so on behalf of my PSA, we from my PSA would like to express our sincerest gratitude towards Xingyan as well as her entire RC reception committee team for hosting, as well as IPSF APRO for allowing them to host the APPS at Malaysia this year. So, anyways, just like to express my gratitude that since we have seen Xingyan's hard work and the team's effort in making this event come into fruition, the amount of endless nights that they had meetings about, the times we had to segregate the status quo between both APPS, IPSF, and also between my PSA as well as our bond responsibilities, and the amount of time and dedication that her reception committees have put in. For example, they have to come in, travel at 6 hours just to get to KL for a recce. So that is the amount of dedication and amount of support that her RCs has given her, and her herself as a chairperson has given commitment to this event. And with that, I would not have any other further questions. Thank you.
Thank you, my PSA Malaysia. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from ISMA Farsi, Indonesia. ISMA Farsi, Indonesia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. First of all, I want to say congratulations on your successful IPPS, and thank you for always helping ISMA Farsi in delegating our delegation at IPPS. And I really enjoy this activity. And however, I encountered a slight issue regarding the bus pickup, which was a bit late from the scheduled time. And my question is there any reason and consideration in the selection of the bus vendor for this APPS activity? Is there any obstacles or problem related to the bus vendor? And I hope you can elaborate on the answer clearly as a comparison and consideration for future activities. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, ISMA Farsi, Indonesia. Shinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So, may I clarify?
Clarification from Shinyan.
May I know which the bus transport that you are mentioning that it's late from the schedule? Is it from yesterday's site visit, or it's the morning venue transfer?
Thank you. It's the yesterday visit.
Thank you, ISMA Farsi, Indonesia. Shinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So, regarding yesterday's site visits, there is one bus that was late because, actually, I think we have already confirmed with the vendor, and also we have gotten the bus plate and also the driver's number. But when yesterday in the morning we tried to contact the driver, it's not reachable, and we tried to contact for like 30 minutes, it's not reachable, and then only the bus vendor helped us to assign a new bus driver. That's why causing the late in the venue transfer for yesterday. Yeah, hope that's clarified.
Thank you, Shinyan. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from HMF APRO, Indonesia.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Randy from HMF APITB. Sinian, you have done a wonderful job organizing this event and regarding contacting us regarding the participants registration of our MO's participation. And I would like to ask you a question. In the sustainability report, do you think you have achieved all the efforts that you have explained in it? And how could you implement this further? Thank you. I'm passing back to the chair.
Thank you, HMF APRO, Indonesia. Shinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So regarding on the sustainability side, I would say that it's not entirely 100% we achieve, but I would say that it's most of that has been achieved. For example, like in a hotel that you guys are staying, there is water dispenser. So instead of giving like mineral waters, but because yesterday's site visit, we have to give you guys the mineral water. That's why, yeah, it might be not achieved at the point. And also in terms of like the plastics use, we have also using buffet style for our lunch and dinner. That's why we do not in a packed food unless it is just a small amount. For example, like during LIT, it's just small amount. That's why we use it in a packed food method. So aside from that, I think we have following the sustainability report. Yeah.
Thank you, Shinyan. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from BEMF USD, Indonesia. The floor is yours, USD.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair.
Point of order.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Naomi Nick from INSEPSA New Zealand. Point of order. A comment from UFA Philippines was skipped. Thank you.
Thank you for the point of order. Can we confirm with the parliamentary system? May I confirm with Myanmar, is it a direct comment or a new comment? May I clarify with UFA Philippines, what is the speaker code of the supposed new comment? Let me do it. 3303? Apologies, USD. We'll take the new comment from UFA Philippines. UFA Philippines, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I'm Kaizen from UFA Philippines. So I would like to congratulate you for this very successful event. So I've noticed that for the majority of competitions, only 5 teams are considered as finalists, despite having a big number of teams or individuals participating. So I would just like to ask if you would suggest for future APPS hosts to add more finalists in the competition. Thank you very much, and I'm passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you, UFA Philippines. Xinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So regarding on the competitions finalists, we are also set to say that we can only allow 5 teams. It's just because the time constraints, because we have only allocated limited time for certain competitions, and seeing the venue size and also the time allocated, we could not accommodate more than 5 teams to be involved in the finalists. But I would suggest if next year if there is no time limit issues or there's no venue issues, I would suggest them to accept more finalists if we have more people that are joining for the competitions.
Thank you, Xinyan. Now we have a new comment from BMF USD Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. You can Julian from BMFUSD Indonesia. First of all, I would like to sincerely thank you for appreciate all the hard work that went into organizing APPS. So I have a question. Have you considered adopting any mechanism to track participant satisfaction in real time during IPPS, like daily surveys or QR-based feedback per session? Thank you.
Thank you, USD. Xinyan.
Thank you, Chair. So regarding on the satisfactory, so for PD competitions, they actually have a feedback form after each competitions. And then for event itself, we have implemented an incidents form that it's for participants to report for any incidents they have made, so that we can try to resolve the issues. And in terms of the feedback form, we have actually only created an overall general feedback form for the whole event, because we think that implemented in each session, it might cause like burdens to the participant to just fill out the feedback form like in every session. So like one day maybe you have to fill out like 4 to 5 forms, which we think that it might reduce the number of participants that actually answered to the feedback form. So in return, we try to just do a general feedback form, which will be releasing right after the event. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Xinyan. Now we have a new comment from UOPMSU Myanmar. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm CP from UOPMSU Myanmar. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank Shin and the reception committee for their understanding and support in accepting my late registration requests. And I'm truly grateful for your consideration, flexibility, and the effort and the effort you extend to accommodate me despite the challenge that late registering my presence. Your kind gesture has allowed me to participate in this important event, and I do not take this for granted. Your commitment to inclusivity and your dedication to ensure that all interested participants had the opportunity to engage and contribute deeply appreciated. Thank you once again for your support and welcoming so warmly. I look forward to making the most of this experience, contributing meaningfully. I have no question. Thank you.
Thank you, UOPMSU Myanmar. Do we still have any new comments? I see none. Therefore, we're closing the floor for discussion, and we are going to proceed with the voting. All full members, all those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Allow me to stand up while reading this motion. Motion 12 reads, this is the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the chairperson of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2025. Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, APPS 2025. Your motion has been carried unanimously. Xingyan, you may address the assembly on behalf of your reception committee.
So firstly, I would like to thank everyone for accepting my report. And also, I would like to apologize on behalf of my reception committees if we have any things that might not be, if there is any issues that happened throughout the event. And also, I would like to apologize for the welcoming night, the bad technical issues for the event. And really thank you so much for sending this large delegations to Malaysia. And I'm really appreciate it.
Thank you, Xingyan. You may remain on stage for the next motion. Motion 13 reads, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the financial report of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2025. Xingyan, you have 5 minutes to present your financial report. The floor is yours. Technicals? Can you request access? Can you provide access? Clarification to the floor using our motion cards. Can you access the sheet? Nar? Can we have the viewing access to the participants first? It's okay? No, this one. However, the assembly needs access. Can you give the link? The viewing link. It's okay, take your time. Can the assembly please recheck the access and let me know if you can now access the sheet? Technicals, Myanmar? We have a technicals from Myanmar. Can we have the mic passed to Myanmar, please?
I just need access to the finance report. Thank you.
Sorry?
I just need access to the finance report.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The updated link has been shared to the official delegates official group chat. Can you please access it and let me know if you can already view the sheet using your emotion cards? I see a yes. Thank you. Xingyan, you have 5 minutes to present your financial report. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So once again, good Morning, everyone. So this is Xing Yan, the chairperson for 24th IPSF APPS 2025. So for today, I'll be presenting on my financial report. So let's begin with an overview. So for APPS 2025, we have multiple incomes, mainly from the registration fee for symposium, as you can see in the list, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And also we have the incomes for PSD and LIT, which is below. May I request to scroll down? Yeah, and also we do open the day pass for the Malaysian participants, so as you can see in the slide. And aside from that, we'll move on to, okay, so that's the total. Can you scroll down a little bit more? Yeah, and also we do receive sponsorships in terms of catering sponsors for our gala dinner and also fundraising conducted in the university. And scroll down. Yeah, so that's the total income, 123,965 euros. And then moving on to the expenses. So for the expenses, we have several items that requested the main of the expenditures, which is on the venue and also meals. As you can see, it is around 37,330 euros, and also accommodations around 45751 euros, and also for the transportations, which is around 7,000 euros, and also for the social night events, including welcoming gala and also international night, which is around 19,000 euros. And moving on, can we scroll down a little bit? To the total. And these are the small expenditures from each department. And yeah, and this is our total expenses, 123,760. And actually for our LIT, we have facing slightly deficit because our initial participants was around 18, but unfortunately after the pre-selections, it was only left with 13 participants attending into the real event. So actually we have a slight deficit in LIT, but we have covered it with our main symposium. So at last we do not have any deficit, and the balance was around 200 euros for the event. And yeah, I think that's all for my financial report. So if you have any questions or clarifications, I'm happy to address them right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Xingyan. Now I'm opening the floor for any discussions. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSAT Thailand. PSAT Thailand, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Meme from PSAT Thailand. First of all, we would like to mention the situation within our organization regarding the payment process of the APPS 2025. As PSAT contains 20 universities as members, so our delegation is university-based. Long story short, there are some universities that send a huge number of delegates from the same university, which registration fee are covered by our university itself. The problem is that the payment process of the APPS and Thai universities are unaligned between each other. For example, Chulalongkorn University, one of PSAT members, the payment state like SOP state that the bank transfer is preferable. But during that time, the link IP88, which is available for bank payment, is expired, which is slowing down the process of payment since the middle of April until today. We're still unable to proceed the full amount payment of the registration fee. According to the case, I would like to encourage not just the APPS chairperson, but all the RWGs and MOs to brainstorm together to find a possible solution to facilitate the payment process to make it smoother for the case like this in the future. APPS. Passing the floor back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, PSAT Thailand. Xingyan.
Thank you, Chair. So I would like to clarify because for our financial, it is not controlled under the APPS finance team. It was actually linked with our parents organization, Malaysian Pharmacy Society. So we are actually unable to to interfere with their decisions on what kind of payment method that we have to use, because it is their policies to use which kind of method. So I would just say apologize for delaying that payment, but I believe that these issues might not be happen in the next APPS since it is a different policy in their organization. So maybe just explain the situation a little bit. So actually that time we tried to ask MPS to actually allow the PSAT members to use bank transfer, but due to, if let's say we are using bank transfer, it might lead to like currency loss during the transactions, and then we have to get back the money in cash when the participants arrived into Malaysia, which we think that it might be a little bit not nice, I would say, to like to ask money for them just for the currency lost, and also it will cost extra manpower burden to actually to collect the money. And yeah, and actually MPS also doesn't allow us to hold cash in hand, so it is also difficult for us to actually proceed with the bank charges, the bank transfer. So we will still, and then they actually prefer more to use Wise instead. So actually that's why when from the start we insist to use Wise payment. But afterwards, since the event is near, so we have convinced them to actually use bank transfer. So that's why the issues of lastly, yeah.
Thank you, Shinyan. Now we have a direct comment from an observer. May the observer identify herself? The observer from PSAT Thailand. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I'm Pacharawalai. I'm the lecturer from Chulalongkorn University, and I'm responsible for the payment from our university. So I would like to share our issue regarding to this, because yes, in my university we send 23 students, so I have to be responsible for a big amount of money, right? And yes, at the beginning we have tried to transfer via Wise, which is quite a new system. We in Thailand, we don't barely use this system in Thailand. So I try, and I found limitation that they only accept some currency. So I cannot transfer from Thai baht into ringgit directly. So I have tried, but it was not working. That's why I have asked to use bank transfer again. And then in the end, yes, you accept this process, this method. Then when I went to the bank, and another issue is to transfer money from Thailand to Malaysia, they cannot transfer from Thai baht to ringgit again. So the issue is maybe it's better if the registration fee can be paid by either Euro or USD, because it's more convenient for international transfer system, something like that. So I have to ask the team to convert ringgit into USD. Then I can transfer from Thai baht into USD to you again, right? But yes, you have noted that the loss that can be occur during the currency loss, something can be happen. Yes, also I know that. But then the next issue now is that when I have transferred the money, right? And then after that, there's no any confirmation back to me that you have received the money and how much in the end you have received, because otherwise then I can prepare the money that we have to pay more, in ringgit. But then I got that confirmation when I arrived here already, and in the end I have to pay 800 something ringgit more, but we don't have enough cash. So this is another issue. That's why from Chulalongkorn University we haven't complete the transfer, the money yet. But we will try to fix it together. But I would recommend maybe in the next year, maybe the fee should be open in USD or Euro, so it would be better for international transfer money, something like that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, observer from Thailand. Would you like to respond on the comment? Shinyan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. So I do know that the issues on that. So I would like to apologize for the delay first. And regarding on the confirmations, because it's controlled by the finance from the other society, so it will take some time for them to process and to let us know. So it will be a process so that And then like because during that time it was also near the event and we are busy with the preparation and so on, so we might miss out on that. So yeah, this I would also apologize on that first. And we will take in your consideration, and also I will advise the next APPS team to actually consider that, because actually we have during last time we have also discussed with MPS regarding the currency use, but then they're actually more preferred to use Malaysian ringgits because the currencies issues, that there might be currency loss. That's why they do not want to accept USD or euros. Yeah, so I would say that this is something that we will have to figure out together. Yeah.
Thank you, Shingen. I believe that the discussion is also directed to UNER, the incoming APPS 2026 host. So if UNER could take into consideration the comment given by the observer from Thailand. Thank you. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from FJCPPJ, the Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. So we would just like to ask what will happen to the balance of 205.6 euros. That's all for me. Thank you.
Shingen?
Thank you, Chair. So actually, until today, we still haven't finalized fully yet because there is still some last-minute payment and also last-minute things that we have to buy, so that we will use the balance to actually cover that. Yeah, because like, for example, for yesterday meals for the site visit, some of them I just paid on site, so that's why it is still not yet. The monies that were included might not be that exact, so that's why there is still some balance left to actually recover. And also, if there is still balance left, we will be giving RC's appreciations for that. Yeah.
Thank you, Shingen. Can I have the motions committee clarify regarding the official document regarding the excess money from the physical events?
Three motions committee. So with regards to in-person event, if the profit to, if the OD reads in the article 14.4.10, if a profit up to of 3% of the whole event budget is made, at least 50% of the profit shall be transferred to the Federation's general budget, respectively, whereas the remaining 50% of this profit may remain with the host organization, in this case, my PSA. So with regards to the balance, if it exceeded 3% of the total profit, the 50% will go back to IPSF. The remaining 50 will stay with my PSA. Thank you.
Thank you, motions committee. Do we still have any new comments? I see none. Now I'm closing the floor for discussion and proceeding to the voting. Full members, all those for. All those against? All those abstaining? Motion 13, this is the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the financial report of the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2025. Results, 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations to the reception committee of APPS 2025. This motion has been carried unanimously. Thank you, Shinyan. I would not ask you to address the assembly anymore. May I assess the floor if you are willing, if you want to proceed with the next motion? The next motion is quite heavy. Is that a NOR? Can you raise your emotion cards? It's a yes from them. It's a NOR. Can we have everyone raise your voting cards? Emotion cards. Easy. Can we have those NOR raise their voting cards? NOR. They would like to read the next motion. It's available in the agenda. However, this is the next motion. It would require a discussion for the assembly, and we cannot pause. So you have to extend until lunchtime. All those yes, raise your vote, raise your emotion cards. Yes. I see Naomi. Unfortunately, it's a majority. Um, we are now suspending the standing orders. Can we have a proposer? Proposed by FJCPPJ Philippines, seconded by PSAT Thailand. Voting members, all those for? 1, 2, 3. All those against? Motion carried unanimously. We're now suspending the standing orders. The Chair of the Assembly now invites the Regional Secretary to do the roll call. Regional Secretary, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Once I call your organization, please raise your hand. I will be starting with full members. IPSF India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, FOP Nepal delegated their vote to ISMA Farsi Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPSA Malaysia, NZAPSO New Zealand, NAPSA Australia delegated their vote to NZAPSO New Zealand, FJCPHA Philippines, KNAPS Republic of Korea, News Boost Singapore, and PISA Thailand. Moving on with our members in association, MAPS India, BEM FFUI Indonesia, BEM FF Unir Indonesia, BEM FUSD Indonesia, BEM Kemafar Umpad Indonesia, BEM Kemafa Ugiam Indonesia, HMF APA ETB Indonesia, UOPMSU Myanmar, APSA New Zealand, JPPHA Philippines, UFA Philippines, and PSA Taiwan. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Regional Secretary. Since the parliamentary system has been suspended, I would like to ask everyone to please be on time. The third session of the Assembly will be today, 1 o'clock until 17:30 GMT plus 8 Kuala Lumpur time. And please read the official document and yeah.